If we're recording.
Great. So thank you and welcome everyone to what is our online beauty class that is going to focus on the basic essentials, which is cleanse, tone and moisturize. So when you know about how the skin operates, you will then have the information that says, yep, now I need to know why I need to cleanse, tone and moisturize. When we don't have the knowledge, often we do nothing. So knowledge is power, knowledge is everything. So it's my great pleasure to pass that knowledge and information on to you. So if we can have a look at page 12 in our Nutrimedics catalogue, it's going to give you the evidence of how to discover your skin and your skin type. So with our first slide there, Cindy, it's going to give you a chance to look at your skin type. So whether it's oily, normal oily or dry, you can have that discussion with yourself, your consultant, figure out where you are going to sit within that. Ask yourself the questions. What am I going to look at in the mirror and what am I going to see as the little bits that I don't really want to be seeing? That's your then skin concern. So if you look down a bit, so it's all sorts of issues, dehydration, pigmentation. So once you know your skin type and your skin concerns, you can then work towards, and we'll have a look at the next slide, thanks Cindy, what is the product that you're going to use for your daily cleanse, tone and moisturize. So we all have different reasons for removing the bits and pieces that we're not that happy with, and we also have our age to be concerned with as well. So on there you're going to see all the variations of the skin treatments that Nutrimedics has available for us to use. So again, once you know your skin type, your skin diagnosis and the products, the treatment areas that you would like to work with on your face, we've got all those solutions there. Now, just to let you know, Nutrimedics have been, thanks Cindy, working towards all of us understanding our skin, and they've been doing it for over 50 years. Now, I have had the real privilege of having teenage skin addressed with Nutrimedics products. Then when I was 21, I actually had the benefits of joining Nutrimedics so that I could buy my products directly from the company. And for many, many years, that's been my advantage. So to be able to get your products as quick as you can, online shopping's everything, with discounts and specials. You know, there's people out there that have done what I've done for many, many years, and that is get the joining offer. We've got a fabulous offer that's only $10 at the moment. So to connect with Nutrimedics, they have given us trust and confidence and knowledge as a skincare company in Australia, addressing all of our skincare needs and concerns for over 50 years. So that gives me confidence, not some person in a Hollywood commercial. So we're really proud of that. So what we want to do then is, what you're looking at there is your daily skin maintenance, day and night. 3 easy steps: cleanse, tone and moisturize. We're going to unpack that in a minute and you're going to see me do that facial live. But just quickly underneath, you'll see there that it says the weekly skin maintenance, exfoliation and masks. I'd like to offer you the opportunity to think about what are the products that you would like to take to the next level of skincare to help elevate your daily regime into the next level skincare treatment. So that is an opportunity to book what we have as an online beauty class. So you might like to think about booking, I think it's number 3, our online beauty class, which is the next level, treatment products and serums. So hopefully that will help you and a group of your girlfriends to be together to learn what it is to look after your skin on a daily basis, and to also include the other high-level treatments, which we call cosmeceuticals. So without any further ado, let's get on to what is the classic facial with the daily basic steps. So here's the face, nice and raw. So we start with cleanser. Now, I'm going to use the platinum regime today, and I'm not going to focus on the ingredients, because the ingredients in every range are specifically designed for different skin concerns and skin types. So today's not about ingredients in the products necessarily, it's about why we basically need to cleanse, tone and moisturize. All right, so I'm going to put this on first as my cleanser, and then I'm going to get Cindy to jump back to one of the slides in a second. But in this platinum range, this is the cleanser, but it also acts as a mask. So if I'm really clever, I'm going to leave this on my skin for a little minute, and I'm going to get the deep hydration benefits as well as it being a cleanser and holding on to all the impurities there and eventually removing them. So cutting back to Cindy, could you then show us, Cindy, what is the skin diagnosis chart? Oh, sorry, the skin in its deep scientific understanding, the deeper layers and skin types. All right, so if you can have a look there, we get into that one. We've got up here some cornflakes, sultanas, and grapes. Now, the cornflakes are what is dead skin. It's the outer layer of lumpy, bumpy, shadowy dead skin. Underneath that, on the epidermis, you've got dry, wrinkly skin. The moisture's been sucked out of it, and underneath that you've got your fresh skin cells like a bunch of grapes. So what we need to do with skincare is work the turnover of cellular levels. So when you're using your cleanse, toner, moisturize, you are basically working with your epidermis, that top layer of skin. Underneath that layer, if you can see the dermis layer, that's where all the springs and the elasticity, our collagen and elastin, our pigmentation exist. So that's where the next level treatments, your serums, your exfoliants, they are going to work on that deeper level. So you really can't have the best skin if you just do one thing. You actually need to do a whole component. But when we start with the basics, we are absolutely keeping our skin clean and balanced and soft. If we want less wrinkles, less pigmentation, less dehydration, we also have to be concerned with the dermis layer. If that's okay, thanks Cindy, back to me. So a really quick basic understanding of skin. The epidermis is the outer layer. It's as thin as a rose petal. So very, very thin, microscopic level. So when you're looking after your skin on a daily basis, you are helping that outer layer, which is great, but underneath that is the real scientific cosmeceutical stuff, all right? So here I am, my cleanser's on, I'm going in an upward direction, all right? Now, cleanser is going to open the pores of the skin and grab hold of all the grease, the dirt, the impurities, any leftover makeup that is there. Okay, nice little massage as we go. So we want to be then removing all of those impurities. If you don't do that, you are keeping those impurities stuck in your dead skin cells, those cornflakes. That builds up, the wrinkles get deeper, the skin gets darker, it gets more uneven. And that's usually the stuff that you see when you look in the mirror and you go, oh, I don't like that. Cleansing is everything. All right, I'm going to use our magic erasers just with a bit of water on there to softly glide on my skin. And I'm going to then remove my cleanser. So I'm actually removing a great big muddy puddle of grease, build-up of any impurities that are in the skin, any traces of makeup. And so that's coming off. These erasers are so soft and squishy. They're really beautiful and gentle. They're like a big fluffy towel. All right, so that's the cleanser. So we've opened the pores to degrease and remove impurities. All right, so to keep this quick and keep it easy, as it is something to do on a daily basis, something else that we do on a daily basis is this, morning and night, non-negotiable. So when we know about cellular turnover, we want our grapes at the bottom of that layer to come through and be plump and whole and smooth and fresh and radiant. We need to do that morning and night. So same as our teeth, we're going to do morning and night. So non-negotiable, your skincare regime for basics is morning and night. So you've got 24 hours of clean, balanced, hydrated skin. So cleanser is off. Next thing is a bit of toner. So toner, people don't know much about toner. You know, let's do it fancy. Let's do what the Instagrammers do. They dribble stuff on their faces, and that's very on trend. I think it's quite unusual to dribble stuff on your face, but it's on trend. So let's be trendy today and dribble stuff on our face. Okay, because the toner in the platinum range is this beautiful pearlescent essence. I don't know if you can see it, but it gives the skin that luminosity. What we're doing with toner is we're saying to the skin, let's have a second chance of removing any impurities. Those of you that might be using a skincare range that has a more liquid toner, you would put it on a little cotton pad and use that on your face. So toner is a second chance of removing any impurities, but the true scientific benefits of your toner is to rebalance your skin to its pH neutral. Not acidic, not alkaline. In other words, not too dry, not too oily. We want to find that medium balance of the hydration in your skin. When the hydration is at its neutral, your skin isn't screaming for moisture. Every time your skin screams for moisture, it makes wrinkles. We don't want it screaming. If you have a more oily skin and it's screaming, it's going to overproduce excess sebaceous oil and cause more pimples. So toner is everything that says, let's finish the cleansing, let's neutralize the pH balance of the skin, make it calm and ready to absorb more of the special ingredients, the vitamins that exist in your serums and your treatment products. So toner is really, really important. Don't skip it because you think, oh, I don't know what it is, so I won't do it. Let's learn that toner is everything that finishes the cleansing process, neutralizes the skin, and it's also going to bring those pores back to minimal, okay? Giving the illusion that they close. They don't actually really open and close. They're not muscles. But when they're super clean and squeaky clean, obviously they will minimize your complexion. So toner is really special. It also helps keep your makeup on longer because your pH balance is neutral. You're not over searching or over producing moisture. So that's the beautiful toning essence. So because it's that beautiful luminous quality in the platinum range, I'm in love, I'm in love. So that's beautifully absorbed, okay? So next thing, moisturizer. So cleanse, tone and moisturize. It is 3 steps. So from the DNA cellular, what we know about this product is because it's filled with beautiful antioxidant vitamins, we're feeding the skin nutrition that actually helps those grapes that were at the bottom of that top layer. Those grapes need renewal. If we can feed our skin some vitamins, like we feed our bodies vitamins, these vitamins are going to say to those grapes, let's keep going. Let's make new skin cells at a greater rate of knots, because simply the aging process of our skin is those grapes slow down their renewal. You could say every decade. So we want to keep those grapes accelerating their new skin cells so that we've got plump, juicy, radiant skin, less wrinkles. It's that simple. So some of the DNA cellular cream, I'm just going to rub that on top of my 4 fingers, starting from my throat. Because our neck doesn't have oil glands, it is one of the first areas that shows a bit of the aging. So if I can concentrate a lot of my product on my neck first before my face, it means this is getting a really good boost of lots of vitamins. So I'm then going to work it up into my skin. If you can give yourself this little upward lift and firming your muscles, all right, that's one help. Rather than putting on your product day and night, dragging it down. See what's happening if you drag it down? You look very ugly. So let's do up, and you're helping support the muscles underneath the skin. So here we go, upwards, and I'm going to go across the forehead, okay, down around the brow bone. Now, can you notice I'm not actually putting any of this cream in my orbital eye area? And that's a very special reason. Okay, so your moisturizer is plumping out that skin. Do you remember the epidermis is that really, really fine level at the top? Well, the moisturizer is going to address that and make it beautifully smooth and soft. But the real connection is working on that dermis layer. So what's lovely about this, and I said I wasn't going to talk about ingredients, but I have to with this DNA because it's quite different to your other moisturizers. because of the vitamins in here, this will draw into my skin and work a little bit deeper into those skin cells to help those grapes start turning over and be renewed. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, I'm going to address my orbital bone area. Now, I didn't put any of my cream in there because I know that the skin around the eyes is different from the rest of the face, and that's because we don't have any oil glands. There's no way for this area to reproduce its own moisture. So if you're out in the wind, if you're in heating, if you're in cooling, moisture is being drawn out of there greater than it is the rest of your face because we don't have the oil glands. So an eye cream is really, really important because it's produced with really rich ingredients, but very, very fine molecules to absorb into that very thin skin. So I want my eye products to be directly on the skin so it will absorb deep down into the tissue rather than already having a whole lot of product on there. This is going to do its trick. So eye cream is very, very special. If you notice my technique, a little bit on one ring finger, a very soft cushiony pad. That same little daub should be enough for 2 ring fingers together. I start at the top of my brow bone and I'm going to pat that into the skin and I'm going to follow along my orbital bone and I'm keeping my fingers on a horizontal plane so that I know the skin in that orbital bone is getting the direct application and I'm patting it in. I'm not dragging and I'm certainly not pulling my skin sideways. The more we pull our skin sideways or down or up like that, you are overstretching that very, very delicate skin. So if you can learn to pat in your eye creams, deliver it to those areas, it's going to really be your best friend. Now, you don't ever really need it onto your lids or right up into your tear ducts because what happens, that very, very fine formula melts and spreads once it's embedded into your skin. So if it's melting and spreading and it's on your eyelids and it's up near your tear ducts, guess what happens? It's going to spread, go into your tear ducts. All of a sudden you're crying, going, oh, that eye cream makes me cry. If you have it in the right areas, it will never make you cry. All right, so following that orbital bone, beautiful hydration directly for that area of skin that's different from the rest of your face. So eye cream is my best friend. I love it. All right, so cleanse, tone and moisturize. They're your steps, but a little trick with the platinum and with everything is, Cindy, if we can have a really quick look at what is our next slide, and it's to give you all the information that we don't really know about or understand. And it's about how the sun and the UVA and UVB rays cause 90% of the anti-aging factors to our skin. Wrinkles, lines, pigmentation, and dehydration. Okay, so Cindy, back to me. So when we know that the sun and the UV rays are going to do those things to us, we want to make sure that we have our skin SPF protected. Now, little extra bit of information, UV light also exists inside when you work in an office under neon lighting. That emits a UV light. Our screens, our phones, our iPads, our computers that we all sit up front like this, they emit a UV light, which is a blue light. They are all factors that are going to break down and they cause the free radical damage in our skin cell renewal. They're the factors that cause our skin to stop that turnover of new skin cells and being plump, juicy grapes. So UV light is our worst enemy. So I've got the DNA on, which is, you know, cleanse, tone and moisturize, great, but for everyone, all the time, SPF is really a big concern. This is my dream product. It's stunning, the SPF 50. So the pump technology suggests that measured delivery of the product, a bit like taking medicine. You don't take 1 pill one day and 6 pills the next day. You take your measured dose. So here's your measured dose with the pump. If you've got a big face, okay, 2 pumps, but 1 pump should be absolutely enough. I'm working it into the tips of my fingers, same thing, throat up, quickly applying it all over my face. Yep, I'm going to do my little ears, and I'm going to do the back of my neck. And because my skin is beautifully emollient, because of the Cleanse, Tone and Moisturize, this as a product on top of that just glides beautifully and is smooth on the skin. You're not dragging. You should only need one pump, all right? Maybe if your skin's a little bit dehydrated, once you've got into your regime and balanced out the hydration levels of your skin, you might start with 2 pumps, but then eventually 1 pump should be fine, 1.5, 2, that's of course fine. So the basics of Cleanse, Tone and Moisturize are your everyday working on that top layer of skin. But if I can encourage you now to go to that next level and think about, I want my girlfriends and my family to know about this information. Let's book up, let's get together. There's free gifts for the person that is the host. You simply need to invite your friends to be in that one group to have access to the videos, the knowledge, see the catalogue, see the discounts and values. And you're doing that from the comfort of your own home. And so we're going to encourage you to think about what is the next level treatment products at your next booking. So I want to say thank you for being part of this learning today, and I look forward to sharing more knowledge and learning with you. So thanks, Cindy. We'll have a look at what is the next level beauty class online events that people can choose. Thanks, everyone.